Hey brothers and sisters, Steve Monette here with another video in my Bible Prophecy Bites series where we look at Bible scripture, history, and current events that all point to the soon return of Jesus the Christ. Okay, so today's video is going to be a short one. I want to get this off before I have to head off to work. But I want to specifically talk about the release of the Trump peace plan. If you have been following the Israeli news channels and also my channel and even my community posts, then you know that we have several sources that indicate that the Trump peace plan will be released in the days after the Israeli elections, which will be held tomorrow, September 17th, 2019. Well, yesterday, Benjamin Netanyahu, at a campaign rally in Israel, stated that the political portion of the plan would be released, quote, a few days after the elections, end quote. So that was interesting in and of itself. And, you know, we're not surprised by that statement because it has been confirmed by Trump, Greenblatt, as also as Mike Pompeo. But the question that continues to dog everyone is, what is the definition of a few days? Well, thanks to a commenter on my page, I think we just may have an answer. On September 17th, 2019, which is the same day as the Israeli elections, the 74th annual UN General Assembly meeting will convene for a week-long conference on a variety of issues that are of concern to the UN. You know, climate change, nuclear proliferation, elimination of nuclear weapons, sustainable development, you know the routine. All the things that make people feel good when discussing amongst themselves, but really have no chance of ever coming to fruition. But, hold on to your hats. 4 days after the Israeli elections, on September 21st, 2019, as part of this UN General Assembly meeting, there is something that's going to be going on at the UN that is of concern to us. And that is the United Nations will celebrate International Peace Day. International Day of Peace. So let me say that again. 4 days after the Israeli elections, on September 21st, 2019, the United Nations will celebrate International Day of Peace. Now, does this sound fitting to release the peace plan? I think it does, because it certainly fits the description and the timing that we have heard from Netanyahu and the U.S. team. So, as I thought about this is where my internal alarms start to go off. We know that the last 16 times that the U.S. has proposed dividing the land of Israel as part of some peace proposal, that we got absolutely smoked by some natural disaster within 24 to 72 hours after the proposal was made public. That's not some conspiracy theory. Those are cold, hard facts. I'm not the only one that's reported on these. Others have written articles, and I know one person's even written a book about that, okay? So if you're new to this channel and you want to find out what I'm talking about, I would advise you just go back and look at some of my past videos on this topic. But will the Lord do the same thing or react the same way in this particular case? Well, only He knows, and I will not attempt to predict His actions. It's His judgment, not mine. But two things that you might want to be aware of concerning this very issue. First, based on my research, and I admit I could be wrong on this, but from what I can tell, no third-party nation has ever proposed splitting Jerusalem into two parts as part of a peace proposal. That very topic has been discussed by Prime Ministers Olmert and Abbas, and that was about 10 years ago, when Prime Minister Olmert submitted it to Abbas as part of a series of proposals to try and reach in a peace accord. But the splitting of Jerusalem has not been introduced by a third-party nation at that time, nor has it ever been at all, up until what looks to be this Trump peace plan. So as I understand it, the Trump peace plan, or the United States, will be the first third-party nation to submit a proposal that divides the apple of God's eye. Well, at least they proposes to divide the apple of God's eye. All right, second, there is a gentleman on YouTube that has been saying that he received a vision from the Lord indicating that a 10.0 earthquake would hit the USA sometime before the end of summer, which just so happens to end on the 23rd of September. Now, as a rule, I do not put a lot of stock in dreams and visions. They just simply are too unreliable and frequently conflict with each other and also conflict with the Bible. But this one is interesting to me because of the timing and of the severity of it. Am I saying that an earthquake will be the method of judgment by the Lord because of this peace plan? Let me make myself clear. I have no idea whatsoever. The Lord did not and does not consult me, nor did he give me a dream, a vision, or any other supernatural notification. I don't know. Okay, so I want to make myself perfectly clear on that. So, the next 10 days are going to be very interesting from a prophetic perspective. What happens next is anybody's guess. So, brothers and sisters, keep looking up, for our redemption draws near. Thanks for watching.